Welcome to Surviving Mars. So in this video, I'm just going to show you some of the habitats. As you can see here, I'm just cycling through some of the locations. You can see the people are eating at the diner, playing some basketball. There's a tree. And you can see here there's a university and a restaurant. There's a dog over by the grocery store area, and then I guess this is vacant land. There's a rabbit. I see a rabbit. Security officer has a gun. We're in a farming area, I'm guessing by the water coming through. And you can see all the farmers working in their nice green outfits. There's the art store with a dog and a pond. Here we've got a park. Someone's relaxing. And again, another restaurant. There's a meal. Again, another meal. More people eating. Must be lunchtime. There's a horse and a tortoise and a cat. There's a dog and a cat and a tortoise and a rabbit. And a penguin. See that? There's a penguin right over here. This dog walks amazingly slow. I'm going to speed up the game. Like, look at how slow this dog walks. Look, there's a donkey. He's like, I'm going to get there eventually. Look, there's a whole herd of tortoises over here. More cats. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically going dome to dome. This is an energy dome. And just kind of taking a look at what's going on here in the colony. See, here's the playground. So, and this is more what the domes actually look like. And then the outside of the base.
Cold wave approaching.
So in the outside of the base, we've got a number of environments. You can see the night sky. And all the drones zipping about, flying about. So this is actually the first colony in this map. It's right here. And there have been a lot of upgrades to this colony in order to make it survivable. One of the things that I did was made a dome with solar panels in it. Then after that, I needed more power in order to get through the winters. As you can see, the land can freeze. And so to get more power, we developed these large wind turbines. And they're at a 75% elevation boost. So building this tunnel up to here and then leveling the land all along this edge. So you can see here that's pretty mountainous area and 75% elevation boost. And then down here I think is 10% elevation boost. But there's no turbines down here. Instead, what has happened is we've developed fusion reactors, and we get a whopping 300 units of electricity. So once you have a lot of power, that makes a big difference as far as just everything functioning. This is an excavator, so I'm harvesting 50 units of concrete daily. And then
Research
if you go all the
complete.
way through here, so as you go, you're building all these mines and such. So here's a metal mine, and they're peppered throughout the environment, kind of dictate where you're going to build next. And here's the rare metals extractor. And then you get to a point where you develop the technology for this mohole mine, which produces a whopping 100 units of metal and 28 of valuable metals. So it's a deep mine. And so you've got your farms covered. Even if you look here, I've got... So certain colonists don't like being near farms that, harvest animals. So it's a consideration. So here's a turkey farm.
There are Earth-sick colonists.
Here's a rabbit farm. Goose farm. And of course, my favorite, the chicken farm. So, as you can see, these things create a lot of food. So here's the scientists. And they're working hard to develop new technologies and things to improve your survivability on Mars. And of course, storing things. Like, for example, here's the large water tank right near a water extractor and an oxygen tank and another one. And these lines are all connected to the domes. So you can see here this particular group is attached to 4 domes. And we have the oxygen pumps that pump oxygen out of the atmosphere. They don't work during dust storms, but you can see here there's going to be a cold wave coming up. And one of the things I have to just check, make sure. It looks like these are all on. And I have to make sure that they are covering all the areas, like keeping the domes warm. This one I don't need to worry about because there's nobody living in it, but we need to have these heaters. And actually, when the colony does freeze over, it's actually a really pretty area. It's going to be happening in 22 hours, so this timer is going to have to go through. So I'm making an effort to terraform. So you can see here I'm creating a lot of seeds. So my seeds right now, we're putting out 41, producing 27. Not good numbers, but we'll get that up. And then we have the water. So we're actually creating lakes. And then these units right here, they're the forestation plants. And you can see they're kind of everywhere. The green area is that you see popping up here. And we're just putting out lichen. So the lichen is your base item as far as improving the soil quality using, life technology. And then what we want to do is we want to put grass out, but the grass needs 4% or 5% water, and right now I only have 4%, but that number is going up. We're getting more cloud cover, the planet's getting warmer, we're getting more water, there's more forestation happening. So this plant right here, this burns a mixture of fuel and locally extracted carbon, release greenhouse gases, effectively improving the global temperature, and has significantly boosted terraforming effects at low temperature. So it adds warmth to the planet, which we know how to do, apparently. So here's the planet. And it's red, but you can see that there are things that we can do in order to throw. So see here, I can get my 5% of water. I just have to commit a couple of resources, give it a couple of days, and I can upgrade the amount of water. So what we do is we capture ice asteroids that are rotating around the planet or just out in the asteroid belt and bombard the planet with that. So again, captured meteorites, valuable resources, metal, rare metals, and anomalies. So let's just let's send an expedition. Especially before it gets cold. So this rocket's basically loading up right now. And there, it just got cold. And take a look at the colony. So you can see it really looks kind of cool once it switches to the cold temperature, the snow and the ice. Which is something, I don't think Mars really experiences snow and ice right now just because it doesn't have enough humidity, but it does get very cold. I'm sure that snow and ice would definitely change the climate of Mars. But you can see here we have to use these spot heaters along the way in order to keep everything warm, or at least to keep the domes warm enough to house people. Apparently I don't have any research going. So yeah, let's fix that. Let's get up on this rise. So, just waiting for this payload. See right here, we're just waiting for the fuel to show up. And as soon as the fuel shows up, then that rocket's going to take off. So you can see the environment. Of course, very rocky environment. And yeah, it's just it's Mars. Alright, so I'm going to let this run for a couple more minutes, then I'm going to end the video. But it pretty much shows everything that you can do with the game. And you can see all the people in here. Oh, and this is the cloning vat. I didn't get to the cloning vat. So we're actually cloning humans in this cloning vat. And we have, I think they have shorter lives. But who knows? They might have other people, you know, have their consciousness or some sort of technology that would be beneficial to humans. And of course that would be Mars tech. And there goes the rocket. Off to go and get some asteroids. Welcome to Mars.